All right, time for race number 7 out of 31 in the 94 Winston Cup season. Quick look at the points. Rusty Wallace is in first, Ernie Irvin in second, and I'm currently in third. I'm 48 points behind Rusty Wallace, 26 points behind Ernie Irvin. So far, I have 0 wins, 0 top 5s, but 5 top 10s, which is the most out of anyone else. I've gotten a top 10 in 5 out of 6 races. The one exception being Atlanta, where there was a huge wreck on the front straightaway. I think I finished like 14th or 15th in that race. But still 0 DNFs. That's important. As long as I can keep DNFs at a minimum, I think I'll finish pretty good in the points. Rudd is 16 points behind me. So even if I have a good finish, I think there's a chance he could jump me in this race because he should be running pretty good. All right. So this one is at North Wilkesboro. North Wilkesboro, 100% is 400 laps. There were 36 cars in this race. I did the test race last Friday at 96%. I'm going to run this one at 98%. Realistic, all boxes checked. All right, so this is the AI Line Mods North Wilkesboro track. It hasn't been released quite yet. It'll be released here pretty soon, but the track is fantastic. It races a lot more like the default NR2003 tracks. I ran a test here last Friday, and there was a little section on pit road in turn 4 that was being listed as racing surface, so AI Line Mod got that fixed. So now the AI cars get on pit road a lot smoother, and they're not speeding in that one little section back there in turn 4. It also fixed those weird spotter calls I was getting. So that whole issue is completely resolved. The track race is great. I know now I need to save my tires for real in order to make it 135 laps. Or 125 laps is when the AI pits. So got to make sure I save the tires. AI Line Mod has also been tweaking the setups. So he sent me this new fast setup that has a little different spring rates. But I'm sticking with the fast setup I used last Friday just because I'm already familiar with it and I know how to save the tires to go a full run. The only thing I changed from the previous fast setup was the steering ratio. I made it 14-1 instead of 16-1. But we should be able to go 125 laps at least on one fuel run, or one tire run really. So as long as I can go 125, I'll be good to go. If I wear out the tires, then the first run in the test race, I only made it 87 laps. So running the tires too hard is just unacceptable. Got to save the tires and get 125 laps in before the first green flag pit stops. I'm guessing we may have a caution before then, but not sure. All right, let's go to qualifying. I think in qualifying I'll probably be somewhere between 17th and 27th. The big thing is I just want to be on the inside. I don't want to start on the outside. Using a different mod for this one. This is the Cup 90 mod. But the different mod shouldn't have any effect on the track or anything. The driver ratings do though. And for this season I'm using the MasGrafx ratings.
One more lap.
For the last race here, test race last week, I was using AI Line Mods ratings.
There's the checkered flag.
27th. Yeah, that wasn't a very good lap, but I'm starting on the inside, so I'll take it. I'm happy. Hopefully I'm not pitting on the curve. I hate pitting on the curves. Dale Earnhardt starting last. Wonder what happened to him. All right, Earnhardt starting last. Trickle's starting behind me. That's good. Then I should be able to stay in front of him pretty easy on the start. Jeff Bodine will be pretty quick, but he's on the outside, so I think he's going to lose a couple spots before he gets down to the inside and starts making spots. So somewhere maybe like 20 laps in, I got to look out for Earnhardt trying to make his way forward, and Bodine probably trying to make his way forward. Let's see, Nemechek in front of me. I should be able to get under Spencer pretty easy. All right, that looks pretty good. Mark Martin's on the pole by quite a margin. He could be the fastest car in this race. Okay, there's Irvin in 15th. And where's Rusty Wallace? He's in 17th. Okay, so I think there's going to be some shuffling of positions here at the start. Just got to remember to watch out for Earnhardt coming up behind me and Jeff Bodine. I'm going to check where I'm at on pit road. Looks like I'm right at the end of the curve.
Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
And I did get a speeding penalty in the test race last week. The spotter call is a little off. So 40 miles an hour is about 3250. So
okay,
I don't...
You're clear of pit lane. Limit 40. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
So if I get up to 3,500, that's speeding. So I don't want to get up that high. I think to be safe, I'm going to keep it around 3,000. Yeah, right about in there. All right, let's see where my pit stall is. Okay, that is going to suck because...
You're too far back. Pull up.
Whatever, spotter. That's going to suck because not only am I pitting kind of on the curve, but Terry Labonte is pitting right behind me. And he's probably going to be on the lead lap throughout the race, so... Yeah, so right here, on every caution, if I'm on the lead lap, on every caution, I'm going to have to come around here all wide and then make this quick turn in right here to get around Labonte and to get off the curve. That stinks. I wish I could have been like 1 or 2 spots forward. That would have been a little easier. All right, doesn't matter. All right, here we go. Hopefully it's clear. It's cloudy. It's cloudy, but it's 72, so I don't think that'll make too big of a difference. It'd be good to get a test run in the cloudiness too. All right, I think it's going to take a while, but I'm thinking I'll slowly make my way to the front as the race goes on. And hopefully by the end, I'll be somewhere in this area here. We'll see. One other thing to watch out for is the cars doing the stopping thing. So AI Line Mod told me that in the game, or in the bug report, it says that that's a tire or suspension failure, which makes sense. You know, they should have that. But I hate how the cars will just all of a sudden unnaturally hit the brakes and then they just stop right in the middle of the groove. So if you're behind one of them when they do that, you can't help but to run into the back of them. It's kind of a pain. All right, I got the right setup. Here we go.
Drivers, start your engines.
Terry Labonte's right on my outside. He's starting pretty far back here too. See, at like a place like Bristol, oh, Rudd's already on pit road. At a place like Bristol, I'd be worried about Labonte trying to jump in the middle underneath Jimmy Spencer.
Limit 40. Keep
But
it under
here-
3,500 in second. Get
Here they
ready now.
don't seem
Going
to
green.
do that.
Pace car's in.
Uh-oh, I think they're waiting for Rudd here. We're gonna get the green all goofed up.
Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
Am I gonna get a penalty for passing them under yellow? No, okay. I kind of want to restart it just because that was kind of goofed up.
Car outside.
Why was Rudd pitting there?
Still there.
All right, I'm gonna keep going. Like militantly anti doing restarts. So I'm just gonna race it. A little tight there. That was really strange though. I'm not sure why Rudd decided to pit right there. But it kind of messed up the that outside line.
Car inside. Still there. Still there. Clear inside. Outside. Clear. The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. Pit road is closed.
Jeff Burton was on pit road too.
Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 29 car. Pit road is now open.
All right, I'm definitely gonna
Keep
pit.
it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in second. Past the 77 car. Past the 77 car. The pace cars on the front straight. The pace cars in turn 1. The pace cars in turn 2.
The car did feel a little different in the cloudy weather.
The pace cars on the back
But
straight.
that's pretty typical. It still feels all right.
Go, go, go! Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in second. The pace cars in turn 3.
And you know, the front stretch sloping downhill makes
The
it
pace
easier to
cars
speed
in
on pit
turn
road
4.
too. There's Rudd in the pits again. Not sure
Okay, you're
what's
clear of
going
pit
on with
lane.
him.
Stay behind the 16 car. Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
All right, well now the field is really jumbled up. We got some guys on new tires, some guys on older tires, some guys that started up front who got kind of stuck in the back after that start. See, Earnhardt has passed me. He's up there. He must not have pit. Marlin and Jeff Burton are a lap down. Oh, Brett Bodine's out. It's a free spot. Don't want him getting my windshield all dirty.
We're going green next time by. Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 16 car on the outside line. Get ready now. Going green. The pace car's in.
All right, save the tires. Going green on 15, lap 15.
Green, green, green! Car outside. Clear outside. Outside. Still there. Still there. Clear.
Car is a little more squirrely
Car
coming
outside.
off the turn,
Clear outside.
especially turn 4. I think that's
Outside.
just the cloudiness.
outside.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Went way too deep into turn one there. I was distracted. I was looking because Ricky Rudd is back on pit road again.
Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Outside. Still there. Clear.
All right, save the tires. Don't flat spot them going into turn three. All right, Terry's right on my bumper.
Outside. Clear outside.
Clip the apron a little bit. Car bottoms out a little bit under braking going into turn one, but doesn't hurt the handling or anything, so not too worried about it.
Still there. Still there.
Passing Steve Grissom in the 29.
Clear.
He had a really good run in the last race at Bristol. I think he finished 5th. All right, I'm gonna let Terry go here.
Inside. Still there. Still there. Clear inside.
All right, a full tire run is 125 laps. Half of that is 62. So I want to make sure I check the tire wear on lap 62. But we restart on 15, so that would be 77. So got to check the tires on lap 77. That'll be halfway through the tire run. Lap 65 will be 50 laps into this run. So I think I'll check the tires on lap 65 and make sure they're not yellow. Yeah, Mark Martin has a huge lead. You know, he qualified 2/10 faster than second place. So I think Mark Martin definitely has the fastest car in this race.
Car outside. Clear outside.
Hut Strickland is in 10th, and he's about 11.5 seconds behind.
Outside. Still there. Clear outside.
So I'm in 13th or 12th now, about 13 seconds behind. Hopefully the lap cars slow Mark Martin down a little bit. Looks like Ernie Irvin's gaining on him. He gained half a second that lap. So I'm guessing Mark Martin has caught the tail end of the field and Ernie's now trying to chase him down in traffic. Ward Burton, his rear bumper was all smashed up. He's on pit road.
Outside. Clear. Outside. Still there.
I don't see any skid marks anywhere, so I'm guessing Ward Burton was in that first caution.
Clear.
Kyle Petty's on pit road too. All right, it's been about 50 laps since we went green. the tires. Ooh, they're going 3 wide here. Okay, the tire looks good. There. Oh, there's a car stopped on the inside of the front straightaway.
Still there.
That's why Bobby started acting weird right there.
Clear inside. Inside. Clear.
Looked like that was Trickle stopped on the inside of the front straightaway. It looked like he did the stopping thing. Yeah, now he's on pit road. Alright, I didn't get damage from that, did I? No. It's just a little bump. Dick Trickle's coming off pit road now. Alright, looks like Bill Elliott's already a lap down. Derek Cope is on pit road. A lot of guys pitting throughout the run.
Outside. Still there. Clear.
I mean, these would all be unscheduled stops. Even the guys who are on the same tires that they started the race on can go to lap 125. So no one should be pitting just yet. Oh, someone's blowing up here. Bobby Labonte.
Car outside. The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. Pit road is closed. Clear. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 31 car.
Wonder if Bobby blowing up caused that caution.
Pit road is now open. Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
All right, I'm still on the lead lap. Looking good. I'm gonna have to pull in around Terry Labonte here. All annoying like.
The pace cars in turn 1.
See if I can do this without messing it up.
The pace cars in turn 2.
Okay, not bad.
The pace cars on the back straight. The pace cars in turn 3. Go, go, go!
Don't speed.
The pace cars in turn 4. The pace cars on the front straight. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 25 car. Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
Off, stay behind the 98. He's a lap down anyway, so doesn't really matter. All right, looks like I'm in 9th. It's pretty good. There's 19 on the lead lap. Yeah, and Bobby Hamilton and Steve Grissom have somehow gotten themselves on the tail end of the lead lap. Yeah, I'm not sure how that happened. Unless they haven't pit under this caution, which would be a pretty dumb move, I think. So they'll be really slow. And we got 2 guys out.
Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 25 car on the outside line.
You know what? I called the 18 car Bobby Labonte. Bobby Labonte is in the 22 Maxwell House car. Dale Jarrett is still in the 18. Next year, in 95, Bobby Labonte will be in the 18.
Going green.
And Jarrett will be in the 28. All right, here we go. Going green on lap 84. We'll just say 85 to make the math easy, or easier.
Green, green, green. Inside. Still there.
I'm just going to be patient on the outside here.
Still there.
I don't like that Mike Wallace got in front of me like that.
Still there. Still there.
Be patient.
Clear. Car inside.
Ted Musgrave hit me from behind. You know what? I'm just going to let him go. He's looking way too aggressive.
Car inside.
Car a little loose there. Jeff hit me.
Wide. You're up top. 3 wide. Inside. Inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Still there. You're up top. 3 wide. Car inside. Yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. Okay, we're under caution. We got trouble on the front straight. Stay behind the 90 car. Pit road is closed.
All right. I get damage in any of that? Nope. All right, so I'm basically the last car on the lead lap.
Pit road is now open.
I think I'll just go around again and make sure I'm all caught up before I pit. I don't want to lose a lap under caution. All right, that restart was going fine. But Bobby Labonte was right on my bumper in the outside lane, and eventually going into one of the turns, he just ran into the back of me and kind of washed me up the track. And then once you get washed up the track like that, if I tried to pull back down in front of him, he would have just spun me out. So I got kind of shuffled out of line there.
Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. Past the 22 car.
And then Bobby Labonte ended up wrecking somebody else. I'm not sure who that was.
The pace cars in turn 1.
But he put someone in the wall in turn 4.
The pace cars on the back straight. Go, go, go! Limits 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. The pace cars in turn 3. The pace cars in turn 4. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 90 car. Limits 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
Maybe he was mad because I called him in the wrong car. He almost took me out, and then he took somebody out. I want to say that was Lake Speed. Lake Speed looked like he was a little slow in the outside line, but it was hard to tell. All right, so there's 21. So those two guys who started on the tail end got their laps back up. Bobby Hamilton and somebody else. So I'm now last car on the lead lap. This is where I like to restart the races anyway, so I'm cool with it.
We're going green next time by. Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 33 car on the outside line.
Then when I got shuffled out, then Jeff Gordon came by and kind of sideswiped me. It's hard when you get on the outside 3 wide like that. I mean, there's no chance of like getting back in line. You just got to let them go.
The pace car's in.
But I didn't wreck and no damage, so it all worked out. All right, what lap is this? 93, 94.
Green, green, green.
Someone gonna pit? Yeah, Hut Strickland's pitting. You could tell the way Harry Gant took that really high line in turn 2, someone was going on pit road.
Outside. Clear. Outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Still there. Clear outside. Car outside.
Oh, someone else just blew up. Looks like it was
Clear.
Michael Waltrip.
Car outside. Clear. Outside. Clear
See, Rick
outside.
Mass trying to pull down in my lane under the 29. Don't like when the guys on the outside make that move like that.
Car outside. Clear.
Ooh, Derek Cope trying to go 3 wide in the middle here.
Car outside.
Yeah, they're trying to get Jeff Burton out of the groove.
Clear. Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Outside. Clear outside. Outside. Still there. Still there.
All right, see, Labonte's going to try that move on the 1 and force me into 3 wide situation on the inside. I don't like that.
Clear.
I'm just going to let him go. Give him room. Let him get on the bottom. Then I can follow him past Rick Mast here.
Outside.
Hopefully I can use Ward Burton as a pick. He's looking pretty slow. All busted up. That worked
Clear.
out.
Clear. Car outside. Clear outside.
All right, we went green on lap 95. 50 laps will be lap 145. So I'll do a tire check on 145, make sure the right front's still green.
Clear. Outside. Clear.
See how far back I am. Oh, see, the leader has already caught the tail end of the field. The leader is only like 2 seconds behind me. Just starting in the back of the pack just cost me so much time. Hopefully he'll get caught in traffic and I can make up some of this time. I think it's going to be tough to stay on the lead lap in this run. I think that's the leader right behind me. It's Rusty Wallace.
Here comes the leader.
Yeah. Way ahead of you, Spotter.
Here comes the leader. Here comes the leader. Outside. Here comes the leader. Here comes the leader.
I mean, I can try and hold him off a little bit, but it's not worth burning up the tires. And it's definitely not worth getting spun out, so. We get under Terry here.
Car outside. Here comes the leader.
Flat spot at the tire going into
Still
the
there.
turn 3 that time.
Clear outside. Car outside. Still there. Clear outside. Here comes the leader. 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 Here comes the leader.
All right, it's been about 50 laps since the last pit stop. Tire looks okay. Not as good as last run, but it looks okay.
Here comes the leader. Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Here comes the leader. Car outside. Here comes the leader. Still there. Clear outside.
See, it sucks because I do all the work by getting under these guys.
Outside.
but he's riding my bumper, so he just follows me
Here comes the
through.
leader. Still there.
So I can't get any
Still there.
space between me and him. Now he's right on my bumper.
Clear.
I do all the work and just make it easy for him.
Here comes the leader. Outside. Still there. Still there. Here comes the leader. Still there. Clear outside. Here comes the leader. Car outside. Still there. Here comes the leader. Clear outside. Clear. Here comes the leader. Here comes the leader.
All right, the tire just turned yellow.
Here comes the leader.
And we've gone 60 laps since green.
The yellow flag is out. Let's
Oh!
go. Race back to the line. We got trouble in turn one. Okay, we're under caution. Stay behind the 17 car.
Boy, yeah, Darrell Waltrip started doing some weird stuff to avoid all this.
Pit road is now open. We can't pit this time by.
And,
We're not on the lead lap.
No, I'm on the lead lap still. I was in front of Rusty. Darrell Waltrip started doing some weird stuff there to try and avoid that issue in turn one. But I didn't want to let Rusty get by and put me a lap down, so I almost ended up running over Darrell Waltrip. And then in turn one, Todd Bodine hit me on the right rear. But, okay, I'm just going to cruise around. I'm the last car on the lead lap. Make sure I'm all caught up to the pace cars so I don't lose a lap on pit road or anything. Oh, look at all these lap cars pitting. I don't know, I may just go around again. Yeah, I'm just gonna go around one more time. I'll pit next time.
You're in first.
Oh, 5 bonus points. I didn't think about that, but I'll take it. It's a Dave Marcus strategy.
Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. The pace cars in turn 3.
It's only
pace cars in turn 4.
the third lap I've led all season, And I think all three of them were similar scenarios.
The pace cars on the front straight. The pace cars in turn 1. The pace cars in turn 2. Go, go, go! Yes, we nailed that stop. Great work, guys. Limits 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. The pace cars on the back straight. The pace cars in turn 3. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 40 car. Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
Well, Rusty was certainly faster than me, but he was being very patient and not trying to get up under me in the middle of the turn or anything.
Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 7 car on the outside line.
So I was pretty fortunate to stay in front of him for like 30 laps so I could keep this lap.
Get ready now. Going green.
All right, going green on, we'll say 160. Just take it easy, be patient on the outside here.
Green, green, green. Car inside. Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear inside. Car
No
inside.
pressure from behind.
Still there.
Almost slid out to the wall.
Clear inside. Car inside. Clear. Outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear outside.
All right, I still have the leader in sight for now, so hopefully it won't come around to lap me so quickly this time. Boy, Jeff Bodine's all over my bumper.
Car outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear. Outside.
there was a
Still
little
there.
smoke there.
Clear outside.
All right, take care of the tires. Take care of the tires. We went green on 160. So I should be able to get to 285. If it stays green, that will be the last pit stop. So I only have to do one more if it stays green. Jeff Bodine is still riding my bumper. I don't like that. I'm gonna let him go. He's a little faster than
Car
me.
inside. Still there. Clear inside.
I didn't see Ricky Rudd right behind him, but I'll let
Car
Rudd go.
Still there. Clear inside. Inside.
All right, on that last run, eventually I caught up to Jeff Bodine and Rudd, I think. So I think if I just take care of the tires, I'll be faster than these guys here in about 30 laps. Boy, Marlin is looking fast. He's now all over me. So I think he's a lap down. Okay, that's much better. 13.5 seconds. So I've got about 2/3 of a lap behind. Should be able to stay in front of him for a little longer this time. Marlin just went down pit road.
There are the cross flags. We're halfway home.
All right, halfway. I'm still on the lead lap. I'm in the top 10. See, I'm right where I want to be. All right, we went green on 160. This should be 50 laps into the run. Check the tire. All right, tire looks pretty good. We haven't done a full tire run yet, but based on how it looks there, I think it would make it. And a full run would be 125 laps, which would put it at lap 285. So still a ways to go before the next pit stop. Locked up the left front a little bit into that turn.
Clear outside.
Not as worried about the left side tires though. They seem to be okay. It's the right front. That's the one to be worried about.
Clear.
Okay, there's Marlin behind me again, only he has fresher tires now because he pit a little bit ago, so I think he's probably much faster than me now. Oh, let's go, Jeff.
Car outside.
Jeff Burton really slow.
Still there. Clear.
And I think Terry Labonte started at the very front of the inside line because he lost a lap on that last run, and he's now only 5 seconds behind me. So he's basically made up a lap on me. Or about 3/4 of a lap on me.
Car outside. Still there. Still there. Clear.
All right, I passed Jeff Bodine, that's a spot. Finally caught back up to him. Looks like Morgan Shepherd is a lap down, so the next spot is Gordon. And Earnhardt.
Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Outside. Clear outside.
All right, we went green on 160. So it's now been 73 laps. We're pretty far into this run, and it looks like my car is now a little faster. All right, the right front has turned yellow, but it doesn't look too bad. It looks like I can go another 50 before it turns red. All right, the left front has turned yellow too. That's the one I've been locking up with the brakes going into turn 3. So I'm not surprised I'm wearing that one out a little bit more than probably should be. Sterling Marlin's still riding my bumper with those fresher tires. I kind of want to let him go. Maybe he could make it a little easier for me to get around these lap cars.
Car outside. Clear. Outside. Still there. Clear outside.
I'm going to let Marlin go.
Car
It's
inside.
making me nervous.
Still there. Clear.
He's got those fresh tires, so. All right, how far am I behind the leader? Okay, 18 seconds. So the leader is definitely catching me. And Terry Labonte is catching me also, but I just passed Morgan Shepherd. So I should stay in front of him. And I'm catching Earnhardt. All right, it's been 90 laps. Wait, is that right? I need to go to 285, would be 125 laps. Yeah, I think that's right. All right, it's been 90 laps since the last pit stop. Looks like Dale has a little damage. No surprise there. I think pretty much every race he ran, he had some bumps or scrapes on it. Oh, what is Bobby Hamilton doing? The hell out of the way. The hell was that?
Clear.
Bobby's trying to pit. Well, that was awkward. That cost me a lot of time. Boy, as the tires wear, it's getting a lot slipperier coming off of, especially turn 4. And I think that's a mixture of the tires getting worn and the cloudy weather. All right, there's Petty on pit road. I'm wondering if some of these might be scheduled stops. Like if these guys didn't pit on the last caution, but the caution before it or something.
Car outside. Still there. Clear. Here comes the leader.
Great.
Car outside. Still there. Clear. Car outside. Clear.
All right, I need to go 20 more laps. At least. Let's check the tire. I think it can make it another 20 laps.
outside. Clear.
Yeah, my car is definitely faster on the long run if I take care of the tires. Okay, Bobby Hamilton's right behind me. He's got fresh tires. He's pretty fast. It's like Ken Schrader was on pit road.
Car outside.
Okay, Earnhardt's pitting.
Still there. Clear outside. The leader's pitting now.
Bobby Hamilton
Car
getting
inside.
into the back of me. Let him go on those
Clear.
fresh tires. I think I heard the spotter say the leader's pitting.
Car inside. Clear inside.
All right, I'm pretty sure at this point I can pit and go the rest of the way. So this could be the last pit stop. Okay, Harry Gant has not pit yet.
Car outside. Still there. The leader's pitting now. Still there. Clear outside.
Kyle Petty has.
Car
Let
inside.
him go.
Clear.
All right, I'm gonna pit. Oh,
The yellow flag
caution.
is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. Pit road is closed. There's an accident in the pit. The leader's pitting now. Car outside. Clear. Got one stopped up high. There's an accident in turn 3. Looks like we're bent up on the back end. Okay, we're under caution. Stay behind the pace car. You are on the point.
All right, well, good news and bad news.
Pit road is now open.
All right, I got to pit.
Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. The pace cars in turn 4. The pace cars on the front straight. We'll give you 1.5 cans of fuel. The pace cars in turn 1.
All right, good news. I think I might have just caught a lot of guys a lap down. Bad news is I was avoiding that wreck.
Go, go, go! Keep it under 40. Keep it under 35.
Well, hardly any repairs.
The pace cars on the back straight.
And I had pretty much missed it. I don't think I got any damage on the front.
In turn 3.
But then I was going so slow trying to avoid Harry Gant that Mike Wallace just plowed into the back of me.
Stay behind the 7 car. Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
So I got a lot of damage on the back, but I don't think that's really going to bother me. I mean, I don't think it'll bother the car. Probably knocked Mike Wallace out of the race, running into the back of me like that. But I think I'm still in pretty good shape. And there's now only 6 cars on the lead lap. Terry Labonte has some heavy front end damage, so he could be slow if he has engine damage. So there's 6 on the lead lap. Earnhardt and Gordon are on the tail end. All right, I think I'm in a pretty good spot still. I'm a little worried about that rear end damage, but short track, you know, it is what it is. I mean, there was nothing I could have done there. If I had tried to go faster to prevent Mike Wallace from hitting me, then I would have messed up the front end on Harry Gant, and that would have caused me engine damage, and that would have been far worse. So getting damage to the back is much better than getting damage to the front. So I think I'm all right. How many more laps to go? Okay, this could be the last run right here. Everyone should have pretty fresh tires. Oh yeah, that knocked a few guys out of the race.
Next time by. Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 7 car on the outside line.
See, Lake Speed, looks like. Todd Bodine, Bobby Hamilton, Mike Wallace. Yeah, running into the back of me. Harry Gant, those guys are all out.
Get ready now. Going green.
All right.
Pace car's in.
All right, just watch Terry Labonte. He may still be fast and try and put me on the outside 3 wide. Same thing with Schrader. Be careful with the tires here. Be patient.
Inside. Clear inside. Inside. Clear.
Whoa,
Inside.
way overshot that corner.
Still there. Clear inside.
Way
Yellow
overshot
flag is
that
out.
corner.
Let's go. Race back to the line. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 42 car.
All right, no additional damage. We're good.
Pit road is now open.
I just drove way too hard in the corner and on cold tires, and I don't know how that damage is affecting the handling, and the car just spun around. It's no big deal though. I'll just get tires and fuel and be back in the same spot I was in, so it doesn't really make a difference. What lap was that? 285 about?
Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. The pace cars on the front straight.
I was a little nervous about Terry. And on the back straightaway, I was looking in my mirror to see if he was falling way back. If he had engine damage. And then I just missed the turn.
In turn 2.
Rookie mistake.
The pace cars on the back straight. Go, go, go! Limits 40. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. The pace cars in turn 3.
Did I say miss the entry to turn 2, turn 3?
The pace cars in turn 4. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 3 car. Keep it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
Yeah, I was like way up here in the marbles. Yeah, there's my marks right there. I was way up here. All right, well, it's not a big deal. I'm in 8th on the lead lap. I mean, I'm probably the slowest of all 8 of those cars, especially at the beginning of the run. So this will take some of the pressure off from behind, so I can
We're going green next
let the
time
tires
okay, we're on
warm
the lead
up
lap.
and not be
Stay
looking
on
in the
outside
mirror as
line.
much.
Stay behind the 3 car on the outside line.
I hate making mistakes like that. I hate it so much. You know, in my head, I'm like, oh man. I mean, I had a completely clean race going, not including Mike Wallace,
Get
because
ready
there's
now.
nothing I could have
Going
done
green.
about that. But I mean, if
Pace
the
car
AI
man.
caused wrecks, whatever. But if I spin or cause a wreck, I hate it so much. All right. 292.
Green, green, green. Car inside. Still there. Clear. Inside.
Careful with the tires, careful with the car.
Still there.
Just be patient here.
Still there. Clear inside. Inside. Still there. Clear inside. Inside. Still there. Clear inside. Outside. Clear outside. Outside. Clear. Outside. Still there. Still there. Clear outside.
Could get a
Car
little
outside.
loose.
Clear outside.
I don't trust the car at all right now. I mean, it seems back to normal, but it doesn't quite feel the same. Or it may just be in my head, I don't know.
Outside. Still there. Clear. Car outside. Still there. Still there. Clear outside.
All right, Dale's for position.
Car outside. Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear.
Yeah, Dale's missing his whole front end too. Someone's spitting, trickle spitting. Let me go,
Car
Jeff.
outside. Still there. Clear outside.
All right, the damage doesn't seem to be hurting the car. The car feels pretty normal. And I think some of these guys, they pit, some of them pit under green back on the caution with Mike Wallace, like before that caution. So I think I should have a little fresher tires than everyone. Not by a lot, but it seems to be helping right now because I'm all over Jeff Gordon here.
Still there. Clear outside.
All right, that was for 6th. Terry Labonte's pretty far in front of me, but he was missing his whole front end, so I think I can probably catch him. And maybe get my first top 5 of the season.
outside. Still there.
All right, if I had to say, I think the car is a little more tight going in and in the middle. And then a little more loose coming off. Almost kind of like if it was still on cold tires. But it's manageable. Looks like I'm still catching Terry Labonte. Should check that right front. We went green on about lap 300. So I only need to go 100 laps. Don't need to go 125. Okay, it's still green. But I think I am skidding the right front a little bit. Going into turn one that last time, the skid marks started disappearing. And so it shows that, like, if the skid marks are disappearing, it's because it's drawing new skid marks. All right, 53 to go. The tire hasn't turned yellow, so I think it should be fine for the rest of the race. I'm still kind of slowly catching Terry through this traffic.
Outside. Still there. Clear.
I'd like to finish on the lead lap. About 13 seconds behind the leader.
Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear outside.
Slowly catching him.
Outside. Clear. Outside. Clear outside. Outside. Clear outside.
All right, that was for 5th. Who's next? Ernie? He's the 3rd car in front of me. Tire still looks okay. Only 36 to go. Okay, I'm going to stay on the lead lap, it looks like. Mark Martin won the last race at Bristol, so if he wins this, that'll be 2 in a row for him. And he needs it because he DNF'd like the first 3 races of the season. I think right now he's like 25th in points. So with this win, he'll jump a whole bunch of spots and get up where he should be. And Rusty is the points leader, so he's going to have a good finish, it looks like, and extend his lead. Jeff Bodine doing really well. Jeff Bodine did really well at the short tracks especially, but at North Wilkesboro, he did really well. In '94, the fall race at North Wilkesboro, it was the last race that the leader won by more than 1 lap, and it was Jeff Bodine. So I would expect him to do well at North Wilkesboro. And then we got Irvin. I would think Irvin would be a little faster, but he's doing good. Then Labani behind me, he had damage or else he would be doing better. Though he was a lap down at one point, so he made up his lap. But got some pretty bad damage at some point. I don't remember when. And then Schrader, Gordon, 3 Hendrick cars right in a row. Then Earnhardt. Yeah, Earnhardt has a lot of damage. I think he's probably got some engine damage that's slowing him down a whole bunch.
Car outside. Clear. Outside. Clear outside.
All right, how many more to go? 21 to go. How's the tire looking? It's looking pretty yellow. I think we're still good for the last 20 laps though.
Outside. Clear.
Irvin's getting held up, man. I need to get around Waltrip here.
outside. Outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside. Outside. Clear.
10 to go. I think I'm just about there. How's the tire looking? Looks okay.
Outside. Still there. Still there. Clear outside.
All right, that was for fourth. Whoa. Car's getting squirrely. All right, I don't think there's any way I'm catching Jeff Bodine. I'd say this is about as far up as I can go. Yeah, 5 to go. Or 4 to go.
Just 5 more to go.
5 to go. Okay, car is getting really squirrely coming off the corners. I think it's just a mix of, you know, worn tires. Now it's been almost 100 laps. That little bit of damage and the cloudiness. Car's just a little squirrely. But I could just chill right here. I'm gonna finish in fourth. I'm on the lead lap. I'd say I'm good right here. Mark Martin is still in the lead.
Black flag. One more lap to go.
All right, is that it?
All right, there's the checkered flag.
All right.
Great job, buddy.
It was a good finish, good
Keep
race.
it under 40. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
Man, okay. I hate that helicopter sound. All right, export. This was 07 Wilkesboro. 07 Wilkesboro. All right, I finished fourth. Mark Martin wins it. Rusty Wallace second. Jeff Bodine third. I get fourth. Ernie Irvin fifth. Labonte sixth. And then that just 6 cars on the lead lap. And then Schrader, Gordon, Earnhardt 1 lap down. Earnhardt definitely had some damage, but he started dead last, so not a great weekend for him, I would say. Nemechek, good run. Waltrip, Musgrave, Shepard, Marlin. Marlin was really fast, but he kept being on the wrong pit sequence. Mast, Elliott, Petty, Labonte. Labonte caused me some problems earlier in the race. Sachs, Strickland, Rudd, Spencer, Cope, Burton, Dollenbach, Burton, and Dick Trickle. 27 cars finished. Dick was 12 laps down. And then out was Gant, Wallace, Hamilton, Bodine, Speed. Most of this was all in that turn 3 incident. And then Grissom, Michael Waltrip, Dale Jarrett, and Brett Bodine. All right, I'm going to take a look at some of these replays. There was a few incidents in the very beginning, but I don't remember exactly. I just remember like Michael Waltrip blew up right in front of me. I think another car, Brett Bodine, blew up right in front of me. On the very start, Rudd was on pit road for some reason. I guess we could take a look at that. Look from the pit lane camera. Okay, yeah, right here. What is Rudd doing? He just cuts over and goes into his pit. And that messed up this whole outside line. So when we took the green, I was actually in like 15th or something. Yeah, I basically just passed all these guys. And we took the green with a big hole right here, and then all the guys on the outside were stuck behind me. Yeah, so I took the green in 15th spot, but I qualified 27th. Not sure what was going on there. Other than Rudd pitting for some reason. Yeah, there he is. So he came off pit road and still got in line pretty much. But right here in the first lap, they're already half a lap down or so. Let's see, Mark Martin. Oh, okay, they were about a third of the lap down. Not too bad. There's me. You know, the car, one of the things that I think I've liked about this track is the AI, like you can be in a really tight pack like that and not be like scared in a sense where I mean, at some tracks like Bristol, Martinsville, which I'm going to race next, Richmond, and some other tracks, it's like this guy is just waiting for you to move up an inch so he can stick his nose under there and put you 3 wide. But here, I mean, the way AI Line Mod has done the AI, they just don't really behave like that as much. I mean, Bobby Labonte did it to me on a restart. But right here, I mean, I'm in a pretty tight pack right there, but never felt like I was going to get run over per se. I mean, I was worried about it. I was looking in my mirror, but it felt like I wasn't as worried about it, I guess I would say. Um, so the AI is a little more cautious or patient, and that definitely was the case when I was in front of Rusty Wallace for like 30 laps, and he was the leader. He was much faster than me, but as long as I held my line, I mean, I was able to stay in front of him and stayed on the lead lap. I really should have lost a lap in that run. I don't remember when that run was, probably around lap 100 or something. All right, let's just skip to the end here. That last pit stop, I didn't actually make a green flag pit stop, but a lot of cars had. And then there was the wreck in turn 3. Oh yeah, I remember that. Bobby Hamilton right here just like trying to get on pit road, and I hit Earnhardt, and then I smoked the tires, and then I just couldn't get around him. That was annoying, but got around that. And then the pit stop started right in here somewhere. Okay, there's Todd Bodine. I wanted to just double check if they're following pit road speed and stuff. All right, he comes off the track, gets down to 40 right at the line. Yeah, and he's staying at 40. And it was this line where they would start, where they would get back down to 40, and he's just staying at 40 all the way around. That was one of the little bugs from the test, but it's a pretty easy fix. It's complicated, but if you're into track editing, you know what I mean. It was just the pit road was being considered the apron, or like the apron of the racetrack, and not considered pit road. So you gotta like do a little drop down and pick pit road so that the AI behaves like it's pit road. And so right here from the line of the entrance to pit road to this line here, they were speeding because it was considered the apron of pit road. And I was getting some weird spotter messages about staying behind cars that were on the track while I was on pit road. But that little change fixed it. And I think the AI behaved fine on pit road. And if anything, I think they behaved a little better, because on cautions, they weren't getting backed up right here as much as they were in my race last Friday. Yeah, so the AI, they were fine on pit road. That all looked really good. Yeah, and then this mess here. And I noticed most tracks, when you come off pit road, they don't tell you the pit road speed limit. But when I was coming off pit road, the spotter was still saying the pit road speed limit. So I think there might be something there making him do that. But it didn't affect the behavior of the cars or anything. I mean, it was fine. And then right here, yeah. Oh, Rusty got involved in that too. This is the tricky part, I think. When cars are coming off pit road and Ernie's coming on pit road, and they just have no regard for each other. Yeah, I could tell right there. Ernie's about to turn onto pit road, and so they just both cut across and hit each other. I don't know what you do about that, or if you can do anything about that. But see, I couldn't really tell what was going on. Let's see. Where am I at? Let's see from here. I think spectator view is better. So when these two got together, and then Bobby Hamilton just slammed into the front of Todd Bodine there. And then Rusty got involved. So now you got Todd Bodine's engine smoke along with all the tire smoke. And it was hard to tell really what was going on here. And then Jimmy Spencer actually came along and hit Bobby Hamilton right there. And then Kyle Petty, does he get by? Yeah, okay, he got by okay. So I'm just trying to get slowed down. See, here's Harry Gant going 103. I'm going 74, pretty hard on the brakes. And right when I see Harry Gant go by me, I'm like, oh man, he's going to nail Todd Bodine. And then he's going to come and block this part of the track because this is my only window to get through. So, of course, he slams into Todd Bodine, and then he comes down the track. And so at this point, I'm just trying to minimize damage to the front. But when I do that, here comes Mike Wallace, like an idiot, and just slams right in the back of me. And then, okay, so then Labonte slams right in the back of Mike Wallace. And that's how Mike Wallace knocked himself out of the race, and that's how Terry Labonte got all that damage and how I got all that damage on the back. So, you know, this kind of stuff right here, I don't mind that one bit. In fact, I think this needs to happen more often, where people are wrecking and maybe I get some damage like that. Or else it's going to be too easy to just start winning the championship on consistency. So I need wrecks like this to happen and to get involved in them a little bit. It makes the race a little more interesting. But it's when I spin myself or I cause the wreck. That's when I have a problem with it. I hate that so much. By the way, completely off-topic side note. Right here, I was noticing this in '96. The '96 race I raced last Friday, Brett Bodine was sponsored by Lowe's, and he was in that gold paint scheme celebrating 50 years of Lowe's. And then this sign says 60 years of Lowe's. So I'm pretty sure this sign would be circa 2006. Just throwing it out there. I noticed that little celebrating 60 years when I was watching the video, and I was like, oh. Because I remember looking at Brett Bodine's car, and he was celebrating 50 years. All right, so then on this restart, this is where I made the mistake. And this is the one regret I have from this race right here. I've got plenty of room in front of me. I've got plenty of room behind me. I've even got plenty of room right here. I mean, I'm in a perfect buffer and everything. And for some reason, I just way overshoot the turn. And then when I get in the gas, I spin the car around. I don't know why. I mean, I'm guessing this is where I'm going to watch the video and see what I was looking at. But I'm thinking that I was looking back at Terry Labonte because I could see he had a lot of engine damage. And I didn't want him to be right on my bumper like Bobby Labonte was earlier in the race when he knocked me out into the way outside groove. So I was kind of trying to beat him into the corner, but also kind of see, like, is he going to be really slow on the straightaway but really fast in the corner and get right up on my bumper? And in doing so, I just completely missed the turn. And then I'm way too high right here. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, I need to hit the gas and get back in line before he comes and puts me 3 wide on the outside. And so when I hit the gas and turn the wheel, the car just came around. I mean, that was just a dumb mistake. It didn't cause any other damage to the car, but Still, I mean, it's like, come on, bro. That's a rookie mistake right there. I shouldn't be making mistakes like that. That's the one that bugs me more than anything else. Because there was absolutely no reason for that. Um, but I think it's a really good example of how this track is much more like the default tracks. I did this exact same thing at Bristol in my last race when I was trying to race Greg Sachs into the turn, and I just overshot the corner and going too fast, the car spun around. And that's exactly how this track behaved, where I just overshot the corner, and then I'm turning the wheel, trying to hit the gas to get back in line, and the car just can't do that. So, I mean, physics-wise of this track, I think that's a really good example of how it's just like the default tracks, and how it was getting pretty sideways coming off turn 4 when the tires were all worn out. But after that, I got new tires and stuff. What's going on with Morgan Shepherd there? Oh, it looks like Daryl just kind of gets into him a little bit. So on this caution, I got new tires. This is 287. So I had a little fresher tires than everyone else on that last run. Let's see. I don't think anyone else pits here. Yeah, see, there's no one else coming down pit road. So I had fresh tires, and these guys, the leaders, were on tires that they had gotten maybe 15 to 20 laps before. Yeah, about 279, or yeah, maybe 10 laps before. And I think just having a little fresher tires um, made it to where my car was just a little bit faster. I mean, Dale Earnhardt had all sorts of damage. Terry Labonte had all sorts of damage. But there's Ernie in third behind Rusty and Mark. And I ended up catching Earnhardt and lapping him on this run. And then I caught Gordon and almost lapped him. I think I took the checkered flag right behind him. And then I caught Terry Labonte and passed him, and caught Ernie Irvin and passed him. All right. And that was pretty much a rundown on my race. That was a great race. I loved it. Okay, fourth. I got fourth. Let's see. I exported it. I saved it. Yes. Okay. Done. Mark Martin wins it. Let's bring up the points here. Put this in here. Winston Cup 94 event. Add event. 01/10/2026. And that was at North Wilkesboro. Race number 7 for points. Save, close. Results. Import. North Wilkesboro. And I did lead laps too. I led 2 laps. So got the 5 bonus points too. Who led the most? Yeah, Rusty Wallace led the most, 211. Mark Martin led 185. Yeah, 185. All right, save. Yeah. And then export to 94 points. And I'm going to look at driver history. Okay. 94 points. All right, updated points. I'm still in third after 7 events. Rusty Wallace now has 2 wins, 4 top 5s, 5 top 10s. He actually grew his lead just a little bit because Ernie Irvan finished fifth, Wallace finished second, and led the most laps. And then I'm in third, 63 behind Rusty Wallace, 31 in front of Ken Schrader. I now have 1 top 5 with that race, 6 top 10s, 0 DNF, 0 poles. I've completed 2,593 laps, which is, it looks like the most is probably Rusty Wallace with 2601. Yeah. Rusty's completed 2601. I've completed 2593. And I've now led 4 laps on the season. Added a couple laps to that category. And no change. I just stayed in the same spot. Ricky Rudd, who I thought was probably going to catch me, did not have a good race, especially with pitting on the pace lap. And so he lost 3 positions to Schrader, Earnhardt, and Shepard. There's Terry Labonte in 9th. He gained a spot. Lake Speed lost 3 spots. Jeff Bodine gained 3 spots. He finished 3rd. His first top 5. And then there's Mark Martin, gained 10 spots by winning the race. And there's Jeff Gordon in 18th now. Let's see here. I think I can go like that. Yeah. So it shows my finishing position so far: 6th, 10th, 6th, 20th, 10th, 9th, and 4th. The big outlier being Atlanta, where there was that huge wreck on the front straightaway. Average qualifying spot 26, average finish 9th. That's pretty good. I like that it's been competitive. I haven't had any races that I think were too easy, and none that were like too hard where I ended up just being way off pace. We'll see when I get to Michigan though. And then I wanted to look at Mark Martin's too. Yeah, Mark Martin had a horrible start to the year. Finished 16th, 39th, 35th, 29th, 21st, and then first and first. So he's now won 2 races in a row. So he's moving up the standings. I imagine him and Earnhardt will probably make it up towards the top at some point. And I would think Jeff Bodine would still make up some spots as well. And Rudd, he'll come back. And Earnhardt, him and Irvin are the best cars in the car set. So these 3 black cars, Rusty Wallace, Irvin, and Earnhardt, I think they'll probably be fighting it out for the championship. All right, the real race. How many cautions were in my race? There were 6 cautions. And one of those was for that lazy spin I did in turn 3. 6 cautions, 6 cars on the lead lap. In real life, they had 6 cautions for 35 laps, so pretty much exactly the same. They had a few more caution laps, which is typical. And they had 6 cars on the lead lap. I mean, I'd say that's pretty consistent with real life. There were 3 guys 1 lap down in my race. 2 guys 1 lap down in the real race. Let's see. 10th place was Joe Nemechek 2 laps down. Real race, 10th place was Rick Mast 3 laps down. So pretty close. And Ernie Irvan started on the pole, led 320 laps. Just dominated the race. I don't remember why he didn't win, but he certainly should have. And this was pretty typical in 94. I mean, well, in 93, after Ernie Irvan took over the 28 car, they did really well. And then in 94, they were killing it. Him and Earnhardt were just on top of their game. It's really a shame that Ernie Irvan got hurt. He very easily could have won this championship, I think. Let's see. Then you go down. Harry Gant had a good run. This is probably one of his last top tens in his career. There's Jeff Bodine in seventh. On down the line. Yeah, Dave Marcus. I actually added this Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet paint job to Dave Marcus for my season, but I don't think he made the race because I never saw him during my race. So I don't think he qualified. But if he had qualified, he would have been in this Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet paint scheme. Mayfield, Jay Hedgecock. And a whole bunch of guys didn't make the race. Grissom, Ward Burton, Rich Bickle, Joe Nemechek, Loy Allen, Jimmy Hensley, Mike Wallace, Curtis Markham, Mike Skinner. Mike Skinner, his career to me is just really interesting. He was trying to make cup races, I want to say even in the late 80s, but definitely in the early 90s. And he just never got in the right ride. And then in 95, he got the truck ride and it completely changed his career. He won the championship and then was rookie of the year in the Cup Series in 1997 at the age of 40. Pretty crazy how his career kind of worked out. And then points after this race, Dale Earnhardt in the lead and Ernie Irvan only 20 back. Those two already pulling away from third place, Mark Martin, who was 111 behind after this race. All right. Great race. I had a great time running that race. This track is really fantastic. I think AI Line Mod's going to release it officially here pretty soon. When he does, I'm definitely going to pick it up. I think it's great. I wouldn't change anything else with it. I think it's perfect the way it is. Maybe just like add some graphics or something, make it look pretty. But other than that, I mean, I think the track race is fantastic. The AI looks really good. I think it's great. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I would recommend everyone when it does come out, if you're watching this and you like 90s NASCAR, download the track. It's fantastic. All right, that's it for this one.